So today we're going to talk about the new Colourpop Pressed Powder Face Powders, which are really bronzers and highlighters. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 10 of them. They sent me a few more. I've already used a few of them in a video before, but I'm wearing 4 different ones, 2 bronzers and 2 highlights on my face right now. So we're just going to discuss them. We're going to talk about them. You guys know what's up. So this is what the packaging looks like. You can buy them for, I think, $7 with just the pan and $8 with the compact. I really like the compacts. I think they're really cute. The only downside is they don't say which one they are on the back. It just says bronzer or highlighter. What I have been doing, this is the box that it comes in. There's a little sticker on the top that tells you what the color is inside. So I've just been taking the little sticker off. This one is bits and pieces. So it's very easy to get off, and I just stick him to the back of my compact. Because especially with filming videos, I need to know what's on the back. So you can see what it looks like now on the back and then the product inside. This one actually arrived broken, but I repressed it, so we should be good to go. So I have 4 bronzers and 6 highlights. So we are just going to swatch them all really quick. I will start with the highlights and then go to the bronzers. I'm going to bring you in a little closer so you can get a better look at the swatches. All right, so I'm just going to pick them up and swatch them in whatever order. I hope that's cool with you. Luckily, this one right here is Vous, which is the white shade. This is the only one that I have any sort of problem with, which is really sad because I was definitely most excited for this one. So excited, ordered it as soon as it launched, and I could not wait to have it. The only problem is it's got kind of a texture thing with it, which I don't know if it's just mine or if it's all of them. You can kind of see the way that that is. But the nice thing is, even though it's kind of like powdery, and I don't know if you're going to be able to, if that texture is going to pick up on camera, but it does blend out. So I'm going to swatch it for you. And if you can see any sort of chunkiness, it does blend out. So I do recommend using a brush with these. Obviously, it's most likely what you're going to use with a powder highlight, but I feel like it's really nice. I have it mixed with Here Kitty Kitty on my cheek right now. I do love it. That's just the only thing. And I feel like the deeper I get into the pan, it seems to be less chunky. Because the first couple times I swatched it, it seemed very like flaky and chunky, but not anymore. And again, so far, this is the only one that I've experienced that really with. So again, this is Vous. The next one I'm going to swatch is Here Kitty Kitty, which I am wearing right now as well. This one is one of my absolute favorites as well. I purchased this one, Angel Food, and Vous all on my own before they sent me any of them. This is what it looks like. This one I can get away with just on its own on my skin tone, which is really nice as I am super fair. I can see the color a little bit, but it's still really pretty. So that's what it looks like. And again, they are mixed on my cheek. This next one is Boujee Call, which reminds me a lot of Here Kitty Kitty, but a little deeper. It's got a much more gold, rosy gold tone to it right here. So again, that one's Boujee Call. Not quite as reflective as the other ones, but really pretty, nice and golden. This next one is Angel Food, which I love. It's got a kind of a blue silver flip to it, which is so unique. It's like a mauve with a silver blue flip, if I can speak. This one's got a little bit of texture to it as well, like the white one, but again, it does blend out like that other one. But you can see I just swatched it, you can see the chunkiness, which is fine because it does smooth out. If you just keep blending it, it smooths. It smooths. I wore this one as a blush in one of my last makeup tutorials and I really liked it. Very pretty. Again, that one is Angel Food. Look at that, so pretty. This next one is Bay Area, like B-A-E, Bay Area. I don't know what this is, but I did it. This one is obviously a bronzy highlight shade. Very smooth to the touch. It's just like super smooth. Very pigmented, look at that. That's just one swatch. All of the other ones I've done 2. So there's 2 swatches on that one. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then the last one I have is Total Package. So gorgeous. Obviously, it's going to be much too dark for my skin tone. But if you have a medium to probably deep skin tone, it's going to be gorgeous. I'm going to definitely try this one as an eyeshadow because I feel like it's perfect. I swatched this and I was like, whew, girl, look at that right there. That's 1, 2. Ooh, girl. I might be able to mix that with a white one and it'll still give me kind of a bronzy look, but maybe if I mix that with Vous. So hopefully these are translating nicely. My favorites are Here Kitty Kitty. I feel like if you're gonna get one and you're a fair skin tone, I'd say Here Kitty Kitty and probably Vous, even with the issues that I've had, it's still really beautiful. Okay, so we are going to swatch the bronzers now. This one is California Dreamin'. This one is a matte one. I believe some of them are satin, some of them are matte. This one looks matte, swatches matte. These blend out so beautifully on the skin. I feel like they just, I'm super impressed. Definitely, they don't skip. They're very even. They're very natural. And if you can also get a more dramatic look if you'd like. So we're just going to swatch this one. It is kind of powdery, as you can see. I mean, it's a powder, but that just means there's a lot of pigment in there. They don't swatch well. I'm not going to lie. They don't swatch very well. So this is not going to be a very good representation of the bronzers, but most matte bronzers don't. So this is what it looks like. Again, this one's California Dreaming. It's a little warm. So if you're looking for a warm bronzer, it's beautiful. The next one I'm going to swatch, I'm actually really loving this one. I just got it, and this is Afternoon Delight. It looks a little dark, but I have it on back here, and I feel like mixing this one with Private Party was a really good combination for me, because this one's a little more neutral, a little cooler toned than Private Party. I thought Private Party was going to be the most cool tone, but I feel like this one actually is a little more. I like gray though, so I feel like no matter what it is, it's not going to be as cool toned as I would like. And it's weird. I feel like you can totally see how cool toned it is when you swatch it on my fingertip, but once I put it on my skin, it warms it up. It's very strange. So right there is Afternoon Delight. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it, so that is what those look like. Afternoon Delight. So this one is Private Party. This one I have on my cheek as well, kind of more of a bronzer. Once I put this on my skin, it does warm up a little bit, as you can see, but it's still a really, really nice shade. It's weird, like you see it in a pan, okay, and it looks dark, and then I swatch it, and it's very warm. This one's got a little bit of a sheen to it, but it's a nice glow, very smooth. You can see kind of that sheen right there. It's Private Party. And then the last one I have is Bits and Pieces. This is the one that arrived a little broken. So it's nice and red toned. So I'm not sure what this is going to look like. I feel like it's got a sheen to it. I haven't really swatched it yet. So this one right down here is Bits and Pieces. It's very red toned. It's going to work best for obviously a deeper skin tone. I feel like if I use it with a light hand, I can use it kind of as a blush because it does have kind of a burgundy red tone to it on my skin. Obviously I am so fair that it's going to pull differently on me than it would on someone else. Just like these all look warmer on me than they do in the pan. So again, we have California Dreamin', Afternoon Delight, Private Party, and Bits and Pieces. If you are fair, I would definitely recommend Private Party and Afternoon Delight. All right, so those are all of the swatches I'm going to bring you. All right, so we are going to do a demo with the Colourpop Pressed Powder Face Highlighter and Bronzer. I have already used these in the tutorial, but we're just gonna, for the sake of this video, so you guys can see how they perform, I'm gonna go ahead and go in straight with these. I'm gonna use Private Party, which is my current bronzer of choice. So I'm gonna kind of contour and bronze face with this. It's not super cool tone, but it's not exactly like hella warm. So I'm just gonna use this Carity F21 contour brush. I'm not sure any of these are super fair friendly, but I feel like out of the ones I have, I think this is the lightest one. I'm gonna put that on there. So it's a little warm toned on my skin. So I'm just kind of bronzing the face with this one. This one doesn't really work as a contour shade for me, but it blends out. Look how nicely that blended out quickly. Like if I was in a rush, I'd be like, good enough, good enough. So a little powder does come off, but that's okay. Tap it off. Putting it where I would contour and then blending up. So I just kind of get some color on my face. Kind of use it as a bronzer, blush, contour situation. It looks really nice. I've only used this over an actual contour, but I was like, you know what, let's try it today. Which, especially if you're in a hurry, which girl, you know I always am. I'm gonna use it on the chin a little bit too. Gotta get some of that definition. I need it. I always go a little more heavy-handed, and I can't speak. I go a little more heavy-handed when I'm filming just because these lights are so bright, so don't feel like you need to as well. I just feel like in order to see any definition on my face and not just be a white blob, I gotta go to town. So Afternoon Delight is the one that looks like it might be a little better to contour with. Again, this is probably more of a medium skin tone contour like a year ago, this was like the only contour brush that I used. It's a Sonia Kashuk one. She doesn't sell this exact one, but she has like a different smushed, that's a real term, smushed, flat contour. So again, this is Afternoon Delight. It does not say on the package. Just tap into that a little bit, tap it off, and contour. It's a little warm. Sad. I thought when I swatched it on my hand, it didn't look as warm. We're just going to be a little warm today. I hope that's cool, guys. I'm going to kind of blend it a little bit. I like a strong, harsher contour, so obviously if that's not your thing, don't do this. So now we're going to start with Here Kitty Kitty, which is one of the lighter shades. It's not the lightest, there's white, but I love this. It's kind of a champagne shade. It's very smooth. It's very reflective. I like this little brush from Makeup Revolution. I don't even know what it is. I think it's a contour brush, but it's got a fine point. You can use the side or the tip. So I always go in with the first shade on the side of the brush and just kind of dust it on pretty heavily. Let's get real. I love a glow. This one on its own, it works for me, but it's not as bright as I personally like. But if you are super fair, you can get away with this guy. So as you can see, it blends out really nicely. It's nice and smooth. And then I'm going to top it with S'il vous plaît, which is the white one. So I'm just going to use the tip of that brush and put it on and then blend it out after I kind of blend them together. And then I have found that I like it more if I go over with my damp sponge and kind of press it into the skin, just because that white one has a little bit of flakiness to it, which if you blend enough, it will just smooth out. It doesn't leave flakiness on your face, but I just like it to look more melted into the skin. So I just use, it's barely damp anymore, but it's got a little bit of moisture to it, and that just kind of blends everything in. All right, so there we go. That's what it looks like. If you use a light hand, it actually would look pretty natural. Obviously, a light hand is not my thing. It's not. I don't really contour my nose on a daily basis, so I'm not gonna do that. Altogether, this is what it looks like. That is the finished look with those pressed powders. So hopefully that helps. I feel like it's actually pretty natural, even with the heavy hand that I used. So I used Private Party, Afternoon Delight, Here Kitty Kitty, and S'il vous plaît. So I'm gonna go put some lipstick on. All right, love, so those are all of the swatches. Let me know what you guys think down below. I really am a fan of these. I hope that they expand the shade range. I know I'm missing a few of them, but I thought I could still do a video with them and let you know which ones I'm enjoying, which ones I like. Let me know your favorites down below, and maybe which ones work best for you and your skin tone if you've tried multiple ones, just to help everyone out. But yeah, hopefully these 10, they still help you out a little bit. Okay, I think that's everything. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Later, press face powder. Pressed face powder. I've had a lot of coffee, so I'm a little shaky. I've had a lot of coffee. I have bronzer on my hand. Why am I such a mess? Ugh. See, why are you powdery like that? Why do you play me like that, S'il vous plaît? They both kind of... Does she want in? You're coming in? You open the door, you come in? On these Colourpop pressed...